Good morning. Good morning and happy National Apprenticeship Month, National Apprenticeship Week. We affectionately call it NAW here in the South. National Apprenticeship Week officially starts November 17th, but we are so excited about the 10th anniversary of National Apprenticeship Week here in Tennessee that we are celebrating all month long. So normally, we're touring the state in 3 days. This year, we decided to tour the state in 3 weeks. And so this is our second convening here in such a historic place. It is so indicative of the theme of this year's conference, innovation, engagement, and expansion. TCAP Jackson is such a great champion of apprenticeship, and we are so thankful for them hosting us this year. We are very thankful for your presence. All without having a virtual option, you all showed up today in the midst of construction. You all showed up today. So that shows us that you are committed to the gold standard for job training. So I just want to pause so that we can give you all a round of applause. If you could just give yourself a so I'm trying not to get too excited, but I want to recognize any federal, state, or local officials in the building. Do we have any federal, state, local officials? Any government workers? And any veterans? I know it's a post-Veterans Day, but thank you so much for your service. Can we give our Most of you know Apprenticeship Tennessee. The office was established in 2019 under the leadership of Governor Bill Lee. So the initiative is Apprenticeship Tennessee. The office was established under the authority of the United States Department of Labor. But again, Tennessee was so excited about the innovation of apprenticeship that we became our own state apprenticeship agency in 2022. So all of those federal programs are now under Tennessee. And so there are 9 folks in our office. The apprenticeship team, if you could please stand. I just want to recognize them for a moment. So before we bring Roger Woody to the stage, I would like for you to meet Jamie Harriet. She is our office manager. Lynn Kirby is the veteran on the team. She was with the office when it was established. She is our program analyst. Stephanie Daniel. Stephanie is our quality assurance director. And we have Xavier Earl. She is our apprenticeship specialist. Then we have our regional directors. As you know, Tennessee is divided into 3 brand divisions. And so the East, we have Mr. Rob Kennedy, who's been with us less than a month. And we are so happy to have him on. Brandon Binks is in the back. He is our middle director. Thank you so much. And now I present to some, introduce to others, Mr. Roderick Woody. Most of you know that I began as the West director, so I get a little emotional when it comes to the West position. But I was so excited when I was elevated to deputy director and then the state director. And I had the opportunity to bring on someone who is near and dear to me. I've been on for 3 years. And we've been partners ever since. We believe that West Tennessee is the best of Tennessee. Yeah. Now, Mr. Woody lives in Cordova, but he says he's from Grand Junction. So can we give him that rural Tennessee welcome to the stage?
So again, my name is Mike, I'm the West Tennessee Regional Apprenticeship Director. I have the pleasure of serving the 21 counties of West Tennessee. Basically, looking to promote, grow, and expand registered apprenticeship across the state of Tennessee as a whole. I started this role in February this year. Previously served as the operation manager and business services manager with the American Job Center. In total, I have 20 years of experience in workforce development, starting with the City of Memphis Active Change Program, moving over to the American Job Center, then over to the Workforce Office, and now with the State of Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development. Today, we'd like to have a conversation on how registered apprenticeships and pre-apprenticeships play a role in workforce development strategies for both employers, training providers, and job seekers. So that's pretty much enough about myself. Please join me in welcoming a group of friends of the Office of Apprenticeship to the stage. We have a diverse representation from the workforce board, training provider, employer, sponsor, and adult education. So we'll start with James Foreman. Mr. Foreman is a native of Brownfield, Tennessee, who resides in Jackson, Tennessee. He is a 1989 graduate of Haywood High School. He received his Bachelor of Science degree in Business from Belfast University in 2009 and is currently pursuing an MBA from Belfast University. Mr. Foreman worked in the manufacturing industry for 25 years with companies such as Dana Corporation, Austin Feed, Tower Automotive. Mr. Foreman currently serves as the Director of Workforce Development and Campus Director for the Tennessee College of Applied Technology in Jackson, the Brownsville Haywood Extension Campus. Mr. Foreman also serves as the Senior Pastor of the Explorer Lutheran Unitarian Baptist Church located in Brownsville, Tennessee. He is married and has 2 children and is the proud grandfather of 4 children. Please welcome Mr. James Foreman. Next, we have Mr. Daniel Huffman. Mr. Huffman is the training director for the Michigan Electrical JATC. Mr. Huffman has been working in the electrical industry since 2007. He completed the JATC apprenticeship program in 2016 with honors. Mr. Huffman has also served in a variety of roles in the industry such as installer technician, journeyman wireman, service technician, foreman, general foreman, and the JATC instructor. Mr. Hoffman currently serves as the training director for the Memphis Electrical JATC and has been in the role since August of 2024. And next we have Mr. Larry Meeks. As the Director of Safety and Training, Mr. Meeks brings over 35 years of training knowledge to Delta Electric, from apprenticeships to business ownership, and a wide variety of skills that have been gained throughout his career. His professional accomplishments include journeyman electrical licenses in Texas and in Oklahoma, a master's electrical license in Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky, Texas, and West Virginia. He's also authorized an OSHA trainer for OSHA 10 and OSHA 30. Aerial lift, arc flash, and forklift training. Outside of his professional life, Mr. Meeks is passionate about community involvement, and he dedicates his time to the Masonic Lodge in Jackson, Tennessee. Please welcome Mr. Meeks up to our panel. And next we have Ms. Jennifer Powell. Ms. Powell began her career in workforce development in 2020 open work development, strategic planning, and performing outreach for the American Job Center program. Ms. Powell now serves as the Executive Director for Workforce Innovation Incorporated, overseeing business services and special projects such as rural healthcare, apprenticeship growth, and target populations such as being for the 17th County region in Northwest and Southwest Tennessee. Ms. Powell has spent her career in workforce development, implementing the programs of workforce investment who's often called a Creole, throughout the American continent. Ms. Miles holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and a Master of Business Administration from the University of Tennessee in Martin, and she resides in Jefferson County with her husband and 3 children. And last but not least, we have Mr. Stuart Stanfield. Mr. Stanfield has 34 years of experience in adult education. He received his bachelor's and master's degree in secondary education and adult guidance and career counseling from the University of Tennessee at Martin. Mr. Stewart also received his educational specialist degree in administrative supervision from Freddie Hartman University. Mr. Stanfield enjoys trying new foods, making new friends, learning about new culture, and learning West Tennessee barbecue. He's married to Tina Ingram Stanfield and has a daughter named Grace. Would you all give me a hand in welcoming our panelists to the table? Okay, so we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to be asking a few questions on registered apprenticeship and how each of the organizations participate in the apprenticeship space. So, Junior, we're going to start out with you. Ladies first. I'm a bit of a country boy. So, Junior, could you briefly tell us about your company and your company's role in registered apprenticeship?
How about now? So I'm with the Workforce Board, and we provide our services through the American Job Center. So our main role with apprenticeships is not only to get the word out about the opportunity of apprenticeships to employers, but also to job seekers and our upcoming youth who will be entering the workforce soon about the opportunities with apprenticeships. So we do recruitment and we network our employers back to the Tennessee Office of Apprenticeship so they can get those programs registered, and then we offer funding through the American Job Center and Workforce Board to offset the cost of apprenticeship training.
Would you like to chime in on that question as well?
Yes, hello everybody. I'm excited to be up here. I'm kind of humble. I don't belong up here. I'm happy to say, but I'm going to stay. But I got to say that I've been spoiled. I've been on the outside looking in for apprenticeships for many years. I've heard about them. There was 1 or 2 in the area, but nothing that I could really get into until Tennessee Department of Labor, Workforce Development Division of Adult Education, Zach Diamond is right here. Could you stand up, Zach? Just real quick. This is Zach Diamond. He and his counterparts, Debbie Fillers and Jay Baker at the state for Tennessee Adult Education, they have walked me through this. I didn't know about registry, and they helped me. They held my hand through a lot of this. They have introduced us to the 2 apprenticeships that we're involved with and that hopefully we'll talk about today. But we're just scratching the surface of apprenticeship and what can be done in Tennessee. So I'm really excited.
Stuart, I appreciate your humbleness, but I've seen your name several times over my email about pre-apprenticeship programs, so that's partly why you're today. So again, we appreciate you being on the panel. Mr. Paul, what you can take, elaborate on the question, what TCAD is doing with apprenticeship?
Sure. As far as our role in what we do with apprenticeships, we serve as a sponsor for any registered apprenticeships, work-based learning models that are certified by the U.S. Department of Labor. So what we do is we take work experience, mentorship experience, and we incorporate the classroom experience, the RTI, and help the apprentice to be able to excel in certain skill labor fields that they choose to do. And so we specialize in just the classroom knowledge, hands-on that helps them in the workforce.
Mr. Hubbard.
I'm honored to be here as well. I'm relatively new. I just started in August, so to get the opportunity to everyone is an honor. Thank you. So we are the Memphis Electrical JATC, which stands for Joint Apprenticeship Training Committee. So we partner with local contractors in the area, and we register them through the Department of Labor in our apprenticeship program. We use a curriculum that we get from the Electrical Training Alliance, which is a nationally based program that sponsors JATCs all across the country. And we offer on-the-job training and classroom instruction. So we're our Earn as We Learn program. And we have had a great deal of success with the apprenticeship. It's what we've been doing since 1947 in Memphis. So I'm glad to be part of it now and helping push that forward. So we're just excited to be part of it. It's happening.
Thank you, Dave. Please go ahead as well.
Absolutely, sir. I too am honored to be here this morning and have this opportunity to speak to all of you guys. Delta Electrical started apprenticeship about 10 years ago. We have now partnered with the NCCER, that's the curriculum that we teach. When we first started 10 years ago, we started with the pre-apprenticeship program. And this year, through the pre-apprenticeship and the hiring process, we have 34 new apprentices starting with the company. Now, that don't seem like a whole lot, but this is a company of only about 130 employees. So we got more of our workforce going into the apprenticeship. Going into the apprenticeship program. So we're very excited about that. The NCCR has been a great support for us, as well as this lady to the left and several of the people in the audience. They have been a great supporter in helping us getting this thing started, keeping it running on track, and we just only look for a bigger, brighter future for this apprenticeship. Thank you.
Thank you. So our panelists have said a few words or terminology that may not be familiar to some of our youth. So sponsor, employer, which all of us know what that is, and then a training provider or RTI. So each apprenticeship should have all three of those components. We have an employer who's designated for that apprentice. That's actually their employer. So at the end of the day, an apprentice is an employee. So you have your sponsor is going to be related, that's going to be responsible for documenting everything that an apprentice does while they're in that apprenticeship program. And then you have your training provider or RTI, that's related to instruction. So for some of us that's kind of new to the world of apprenticeship, those are some of the key words that you should know as you enter into the world of apprenticeship. So our next question, and this is open to whoever wants to take a stab at it, is how has registered apprenticeship, which is considered the gold standard in workforce development, benefited your company? That's for anyone who wants to jump in.
I'll just say for us, it's been extremely beneficial. We look to train the best electricians out there in the industry. And so a registered apprenticeship program has been the best path for us and guarantees that we're able to give our apprentices the best training and the best opportunity that's out there so they can succeed in the career that we think is happening.
Thank you, Tom.
And if I might add, it's not a slow process. I mean, it's not a fast process. It's a very slow process. It took us 6+ months to get the registered apprenticeship started. But it is well worth it. Paperwork, not only with the Department of Labor, but also with the NCCER, all the I's you got to dot and T's to cross. So it's a journey well worth it.
Thank you for that. So my next question, how do you promote registered apprenticeship? Can you elaborate on what initiatives that you're going to promote the opportunity that you all have available at the JATC?
Sure. We work a lot with our contractors, our local union, to put the word out there. We have a recruiter on staff that goes around and visits schools and job fairs and things like that. we've seen our numbers pretty much double in the last year and a half. So we have our largest first year apprenticeship class ever this year. So we have almost 200 students enrolled in our first year this year. So
Apparently, all we do is something right. So that's very good. Anyone else care to chime in with any questions? Again, it's how we promote registered apprenticeship program.
It's about trying to increase awareness to let companies know the relevance and the importance of apprenticeships, to let them know that we get tailored fit programs to fit their needs. If they have a particular skill set that they would like to see into an apprenticeship program. We started off very slow in apprenticeship, but over the last few years we've been able to establish some great partnerships with industry and to be able to expand the offerings that we have for registered apprenticeship programs. Also allowing companies to know about, we have a massive dual enrollment footprint for TCAT Jackson. So we have industrial maintenance, we have electronics, we have welding in our high schools, and those students are able to take those classes in 9th and 12th grade. So they graduate with 4 years of that particular skill set, and it makes them perfect candidates to go into an apprenticeship program right out of high school. So just highlighting with companies and employers and industries and just trying to get everyone to understand how the apprenticeship model works. And there is a pipeline, you just have to tap into that pipeline.
One thing or two things I could add, we've been, and again, I'm Stuart Stanford, I'm with the adult education program, and we are co-enrolling students that are participating in the apprenticeship. A lot of people, just like I was talking to Mr. Daniel here, they may be scared of the math, the science, what have you, for electrician, for welding, for the two that we're working with is dental tech and construction, pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship. And so we're going to help, and we can help you with co-enrolling and upskilling students in the construction math, in the dental science, or there's a lot across the state that they help with nursing programs, truck driving, electrical. They are scared of the math, so we will upskill them free of charge, and so they can enjoy the program. But also we challenge you to recruit from the adult education sites. Every county has an adult education program, and you can recruit through those sites. And I have to brag on the American Job Center folks. They will put it on their Facebook page, and they will help promote with their business services and going around and promote the services that you have. And that's all free of charge.
Thank you. Mr. Meeks, this question is for you. And again, it's open to all panelists. Has your registered apprenticeship program changed how you and your team recruit and train talent?
Well, the answer is definitely yes. In the past, we were focused on hiring candidates with established experience. Well, as many of you know, especially those in the contractor world, those don't exist anymore. The skilled people are working. They're not really job-minded. There's a big gap. There was a big gap in the trades. And skilled people are just not there anymore. So we are, it's allowed us to recruit individuals from diverse backgrounds. Also to open up a wider base as far as through high schools and younger. I really didn't have an opportunity for apprenticeship because I was almost 4 years old. And I took advantage of that, and it definitely made a change in which way my life went. So even though I got started late, I took advantage of it. I think a lot of the problem with today is making some of the young men understand the necessity or the value in this electrical apprenticeship itself. And hopefully they will come around and we can see great success, and we see the trades come back. We see more of an interest in it, and I think that's definitely a good thing, and hopefully the future will look bright.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else care to chime in on that question?
I'll just say, while we're not an employer, we're sponsored by the RTI. But what it does lead to is companies like Westlake will have a signing agreement later today will reach out to us as a sponsor and say, hey, we're looking for students who come into the apprenticeship program. And so it helps us be able to provide to employers, students that are close to graduation or maybe a year into a program and maybe have a year left, like 2 or 9, to help them identify those students who are in a program that they'd like to bring in as an apprentice to be able to work and finish that education. So while we're not an employer, it helps us to be able to meet the needs of our employers and our industry partners.
Thank you, Mr. Moore, for bringing the sponsor aspect of the equation. Anyone else care to chime in? Okay, I'll go on to the next question. So earlier I mentioned that I spent a lot of my career with the American Job Center. So I'm a big advocate of the American Job Center and a multitude of shape, forms, and formalities. There's a lot of formalities when it comes to the American Job Center. So I'm going to start this one out with Mr. Foreman. How has the local workforce board of American Job Center supported registered apprenticeship?
Well, for us, we keep Ginger on speed dial. But we have a great partnership with American Job Center. As a matter of fact, we have American Job Center on a couple of our campuses, which makes it even better. In the Brownsville campus, where my office is located, as well as our Whitehall Extension campus, and this particular campus. So that makes it extremely helpful for us. And for the apprentice, if the employer is not providing continuing education benefits, then American Job Center is so gracious and beneficial to a lot of funds for TPAC Jackson in our registered apprenticeship program. So we're very grateful of that relationship that we have, because we know that we can go to them and there will be some funds available for those apprentices if the employer doesn't offer tuition reimbursement or some type of continuing education benefit. We always count on American Job Center.
That's great to hear.
Of course, I've got a comment. The American Job Center was very helpful with us. Is Miss Sabrina Parker here? Is that, I thought that was you. There's Sabrina. Please stand up. I just have to brag on folks here. Sabrina Parker, she's with Helping Hands Ministry. And she's the one, Zach and I here that already mentioned, and Sabrina got together and talked to me, and I think they're just gracious enough to let us participate. And with the dental tech, pretty appreciate. But one of the early Zoom calls was with the Stephen Powell here, with the growth program and helping find funding for the people, because some of these apprenticeships are pretty expensive because they're dealing with technology and trainers and pretty high-level stuff. And so people like Ginger Powell and the American Job Center have been essential in recruiting and making it cost-effective for these families.
Thank you, Ms. Stewart. So, Mr. Foreman, I probably that's where that question came from. That's why people were trying to make you all raising something that you brought the conversation. I said, well, that was a great time to ask and open format. So thank you again for trying to answer that question. James, so now I'm running back to you. How have you implemented registered apprenticeships in the service delivery within your American Job Center? Have you seen an increased interest with jobs, or with employers and employees? I'm sorry, employers and jobs.
So the American Job Center, part of our mission is where job seekers and employees need. So our job is to connect those folks. So when we have job seekers, whether they are, young adults just graduating high school or coming out of the TCAT or community college, and they're looking to enter the workforce, and we have employers who have needs that we need to meet, our job is to kind of connect those and bridge that gap. And so we do a lot of different things really to make that connection happen. So we go out in our high schools and we have great relationships with our CTE directors, our curriculum education directors and instructors, and our guidance counselors, and we have an opportunity to meet with students about different programs, different apprenticeship programs. We set up on-site visits with a lot of our young folks who are come on site to the employer and kind of really take in what that apprenticeship looks like and kind of a field trip per se, to get exposure to those companies and their apprenticeship programs and hear firsthand from the staff about those. We offer work experiences, paid work experiences, on-the-job training where we're all setting costs up and people can be about money, but we hold funds for the apprenticeship program, so we do try our best to spread those funds around to all the different employers who have registered apprenticeship programs to just help offset those costs. We understand there are costs associated with the trainers who are offering that related technical instruction, and also just the on-the-job training portion that apprentices is going through. So we do try to offset those costs and make it an affordable option. We provide things to the actual apprentices, so work attire if they need that, tools, materials to learn the job, travel stipends, you kind of name it. We look at it from both sides. So we're trying to help our employer on the financial side and help the apprentices or pre-apprentices with their needs they may have related to participation in that apprenticeship program. And I didn't mention earlier, but the way we really try to promote it is just a win-win. It's really a win for the job seeker, for that apprentice. They're going to get a credential and a full-time job. They're going to earn while they learn, and that employer is going to have most likely a long-term retained, trained employee. So we just advertise it that way as a win-win. We promote it, of course, on our social media, the signing days, the graduations, the pre-apprenticeship recruitment classes. Any way we can help that employer get their name out about their program to generate interest in the community and with job seekers.
Thanks, man. Okay, student, I want to ask you to lead off on this one. Are you currently, I want you to answer this differently than I'm asking it. I want you to look at it as how you approach pre-apprenticeship. I'm going to ask the question at home because it may not pertain to you specifically, but you're our pre-apprenticeship group here. So I'm going to start with you, but the question is on for everyone else. Are you currently connected to a certified pre-apprenticeship? If so, what is your experience? If not, what are your reservations? So student, again, you can lead off. Again, I've seen student name pop up in my email continuously since I started this role. So again, he's humble about his knowledge of apprenticeship, but I see his name all the time. So student, go ahead.
I've always wanted to go to the parties, so I'm excited to be there. I may overstay my welcome and they have to bring me off, but I'm just really excited about this opportunity. We've got two, and I mentioned that with it's diversity, and I love diversity. That's a big blessing that we've had, is that when Zach Pine called me and Debbie Fielders called me from the state and said, hey, we were meeting at the apprenticeship conference and the IUPAC, I had to Google IUPAC, but it's International Union of Painters and Allied Trades. They're a union, has 140,000 members in the U.S. and Canada. They were doing this finishing trades, so they may not build this building, but they will come in and do the flooring, do the glass, the ceilings, the walls, the sheetrock. They also do glazing. It's like the big windows on the big high-rise buildings, and like a lot of this glass. They would do a lot of that. They also, it's countless what all jobs they do. And when I heard union, I've always thought, hey, that's real good paying jobs. And we serve adults in 8 counties in Southwest Tennessee, but every county has an adult education program. And we're always there to get our people in with employers, to get them in, but a lot of them don't have experience, like they said. They don't have experience. Well, how can you get experience if somebody will give me a try? I've got my diploma now, one, and Zach was mentioning that they really need that we need to carry them from just getting their diploma, which is a big deal, to going to the TCAT, going into the community college, going into the university, and help them do that warm handoff for them, get them in there, get them comfortable. But the same with the dental tech, it's kind of an inside job. The construction is kind of outside and up on scaffolding and things like that. It is so neat that the construction, they can get all the certifications needed to get on site at Louisville City. They wouldn't even let you on site without OSHA card, without all the safety certificates. And this program will get that. The dental tech, I mean, can you imagine somebody that I want to go into something medical, but I don't know what I want to do in medical. Well, hey, we got this dental tech. You could work with 3D printers. Sabrina said something that I've never heard of. You might want to write this down and Google it for later. Augmented reality. Never heard that before. But it's something they work with every day. It's precision training for precision work, making crowns, dentures, partials, and both of these, the construction and the dental, can be people that are just as involved can also get this training. And that's something that, you know, if I've got a record and if I think a lot of doors are closed, I'm never going to get the chance to do anything in this world. And now all of a sudden, I've got a chance to go through this training and prove myself. And go ahead, I've heard them say that veterans can make the best construction workers. And I never thought about that, but that's so true. And that's the opportunity that these apprenticeships are doing. They will, because I've been to trainings, like a one-day training. And then you leave and you go back to your office or you go back to your workplace and you're like, okay, how did they do that? How did they? No, these people will take you through it step by step and train you for 6 weeks in a career person, train you for a year to 2 years, or some of them are saying 4 or 5 years of training while you learn this stuff, you stay in. And that's so critical. So my boy has just that. But you can tell I'm excited about this. This is a next week.
Anyone else want to share some experience with career breakthrough?
So we are currently not part of the apprenticeship program, but we're definitely looking into that right now. So we're interested in the opportunity of bringing people in who are already interested and have some knowledge of, in the electrical industry who are into our training center. So definitely would love that. The point that Stuart was making about where there's plenty of experience, my personal experience recently, my son's 18, he just graduated high school, he got a job this summer, and everywhere we applied, even like fast food places, people were like, what kind of experience do you have? And he was unable to get a job over the summer because everyone wanted to know what kind of experience he had, he just got out of high school and didn't have it. So, but we're offering that opportunity to people, and we're excited about it. We have a lot of young men and women who are coming out of high school and our apprenticeship program. We're not looking for experience, we're just looking for people who are eager to learn and who are eager to work. So, that's where we're at.
We are, my name is we just had our second pre-apprenticeship earlier in the year. We do a pre-apprenticeship for classroom for 2 weeks, beginning the second week in June. Every year we're catching people coming out of high school. And we do 2 weeks of classroom instruction. We train them on safety, OSHA, our class, the things that they really know before they ever set foot on the job site. After those 2 weeks, we send them to the field. And then our regular apprenticeship, we start recruiting for that in late September. So we get a good feel, they get a good feel for us, we get a good feel for them, see if they're really not qualified or interested. First year we had 5, this year we had 15. All 15 of those are going straight into the apprenticeship coming in January. So it's been a great success for us, and we're hoping that it will continue along that road as well.
Thank you all.
I just want to add one more thing. I'm giving you an education here today. I thought every apprenticeship had a pre-apprenticeship. But I can tell you that if you want to talk to this man right here, this guy, about pre-apprenticeship, we can help you, we can upskill your participants, like I said, so they can enjoy it more, and we can walk you through it. And Zach is an expert in paperwork to help expedite these things. And I know that.
Thank you all for that. Again, 2 things. The American Job Center James and some of the planning as well. We do have a new program that specializes in assisting through the aid of the providing employees. Second, let us know when you're ready to start with. I'm getting the cutoff sign on the back, so I have one last question before we close this piece of the conference. In 30 seconds or less, what advice would teachers give to an employee who is considering establishing a registered apprenticeship program? And that's for teachers. So let's start with Mr. Moore and work your way in on the cross.
I have this written down, so I want to make sure I get it in 30 seconds. My advice to employees considering a registered apprenticeship program would be to start by identifying the specific skills your company needs and partnering with a local technical college or workforce organization to structure the program. Focus on creating a clear pathway for apprentices to gain hands-on experience while learning. And remember, investing in apprenticeships builds a skilled, loyal workforce tailored to your company's needs and the needs of long-term growth and retention benefits.
Well, we are established. We've been around since 1947, training and putting electricians out there to work for us. And it has been a great experience of mine to be part of that. And the young men and women that go through our program, they're appreciative of the opportunity to learn, and as they're learning, get out there to the workforce and get a career. So if you are interested in registered apprenticeship, it is definitely worth the effort that you get better with.
In our short tenure as a registered apprenticeship, we found that we need to start by assessing our workforce needs and defining a clear goal for the apprenticeship program. Collaborate with local educational institutions to develop a structured curriculum that combines hands-on as well as classroom instruction. Ensure that you have a mentorship system in place to support these apprentices. Be patient and commit to continuous improvement. A registered apprenticeship program does not yield results overnight. Finally, promote the program internally and externally to attract candidates and build all our
I would just say there's never been a better time to start a registered apprenticeship program or a pre-apprenticeship program than right now. You have the state behind you. They're doing a lot of marketing and advertising. There are more job seekers who are eager to learn more about apprenticeship and participate in apprenticeship than there has ever been. And the hardest part just taking that first step to get started. It's really not complicated. You connect with Roderick here, and he helps you all the way through the paperwork, which isn't bad. Funding is available right now, another great reason to get started on your registered apprenticeship program if you haven't done that before. And I take the paperwork for you, so I make it as easy as possible. I fill out all the forms for you and say, sign this. So, I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. So you're going to attract a great talent to choose from and have a long-term committed workforce, win-win, easy to do, not nearly the paperwork you may think. The administrative burden is very small, and you have a great support team. So I would just say now is the time. If you're ever considering it, now is the time.
Well, I can just echo what they're saying. This is, I equate it to when I was growing up, there was either grants for low-income people to go to college, or you pretty much had to pay with that. And there were academic scholarships that I was never going to get. But now there's Tennessee scholarships for people that want to go to school. If they want to go to the TCAP, there's the Wilder Navy grant that practically needs the funding too. I mean, just really interesting things. And the same with pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship. The state, when I first started looking at these, we were looking at integrated education and training, IETs, and that was very daunting and paperwork. I thought there was no way that they would look at it, a pre-apprenticeship or apprenticeship. Don't even think that. But now, it's become, now we're in 2 pre-apprenticeships, 2 apprenticeships with that's going to help a lot of folks in West Tennessee. So this is the time. Talk to those folks. Talk to Zach here. Talk to those folks. Right now, or when you go back to the office, look up apprenticeship, tnapprenticeship.com, and talk to them about it. This is the time to just try it for anything. It's exciting to see what happens.
You all can do it. We're not totally off the hook yet. We're going to open it up to our audience for any questions. So basically, we want to have the audience that has any questions, just raise your hand and we'll have to tell you who the mic is.
Could you ask our names and locations, like where we're located and our focus?
Yes, we can hear you all.
I'm sorry, I can't hear very good, but I'm glad Stuart Stanford. I'm Stuart Stanford, and let me give you my contact information, just in case. If you know somebody that needs to get their diploma, or if they want to refresh their skills, they already have a diploma, but they're scared to go to TCAP, or to go to Jackson State or Dyer State, we can upskill them free of charge and help them, because they're great people to work with. Stuart Stanford, my phone number is 731-968-1200, 731-968-1200. And I'm with Adult Education. It's through Henderson County Schools is the grant program. Henderson County Schools, we serve 8 Southwest counties with Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development Division of Adult Education.
I'm Ginger Powell, and I'm the Deputy Director for the Northwest and Southwest Tennessee Workforce Boards. We cover 17 counties, everything outside the greater Memphis area. I will have my business cards with me with my email address, which is probably the easiest way to reach me, and phone number. If you want to pick them up to me after, I'll be glad to talk with you and share my contact information, my business card. I do have a counterpart in the greater Memphis area, so if you are in the greater Memphis area, I'll connect you with the individual for the greater Memphis.
Yes, I'm Larry Leach with Delta Electrical Incorporated, located in Jackson, Tennessee. We're an electrical contractor in that area, as well as several other states. I have some parts as well, if you'd like. I'm more than happy to give you a call after, as well as anybody else.
Again, I'm Daniel Huffman. I'm with the Memphis Electrical JATC. We got a website, www.memphiselectricaljatc.org. It's got all our information, contact address, application process. All of that is there on our website. So,
James Farmer with Tennessee College of Applied Technology at Jackson. I'm located at the Brownsville Extension campus, 401 Morgan Street. My number is 731-772-8160, extension 402. 731-772-8160, extension 402. I'm the Director of Workforce Development.
Any other questions?
The question is, how are you able to connect with high school students?
How are we able to connect with high school students? So I know from speaking to the workforce boards, we maintain a really good relationship with all of our high schools. We do a lot of events with them around manufacturing day, once a week, etc. So we reach out on behalf of our employers that we're working with to our CTE for technical instruction directors and instructors, and also our guidance counselors, and they're always open. They love hands-on, they love having visitors, they love employers to come in and speak to their students. They're always very open. So if you were an employer who's interested in speaking to those that upcoming workforce, you might be surprised. I mean, your high schools are very welcoming. They would love to have you. And like I said, we schedule a lot of on-site things where kids are bused over to some of our other participating employers, and they do tours, and they get to speak with current apprentices. And then a lot of times the folks who are overseeing those apprenticeship programs. So it's an awesome recruitment for your program if you're looking to kind of backfill those positions that you have open.
So for TCAT Jackson, maybe about 7-8 years ago, we were constantly hearing from our instructors that students were coming to us who had been in high school programs, and they weren't really up to speed on what they needed, where they needed to be at in that particular field. So what we did is went to different school districts and asked to place our instructors in those programs and our curriculum. And so as a result of that, we've been able to be very impactful in the dual enrollment across the state. This semester, TCAT Jackson has over 3,000 dual enrollment students in our footprint. We lead the state of Tennessee in dual enrollment students. And so that's how we've been able to make an impact and create that pipeline, whether it's automotive or welding or maintenance or patient care technician, things like that. We're keeping employees in the pipeline. We graduate high school students who already have their CNA through our program. So that's how we've been able to make a big impact on high school students and then allow them to go into either a pre-apprentice or get an approved apprenticeship.
If you're an employer who's willing to donate things to the high school with their CTE programs, they love that. They'll let you hang your logo, your banners, and their classes. They're always, electrical programs are always needing conduit. They're always needing supplies, and it's expensive for these school systems to go and purchase all of that. So if you have even scrap from your company that you can allow them to have to practice on and work on, especially in the shops, they will really appreciate that as well.
Any other questions?
What advice do you have for guidance counselors and school personnel who are trying to help students get into the apprenticeship setting?
I mentioned earlier that we have a full-time recruiter on our staff. She goes around to high schools all over the area and talks to students. She gives them information and packets on how to apply and how to prepare for the application process. We do a lot. This past week, hosted a group from Booker T. Washington came in with their guidance counselor and did a little tour of our facility, and we did some demonstrations and let them do some hands-on stuff. So we're always willing to have groups come in. So if you're a guidance counselor, if you want to bring a group in and do a tour of the facility and do some hands-on activities, we'd be more than happy to set that up and then, provide any kind of information or assistance we can to help get them prepared and ready for the application process and getting into our program.
I would say for our area, we do recruit in the high schools and the surrounding counties for the pre-apprenticeship programs that we have. I think you'll see more opportunities like that as apprenticeship continues to grow and more apprenticeships. Add that link to the pre-apprenticeship program, I think you're going to see a lot more of that in the coming years. And I would be surprised if we're not reaching out to you already. I don't know if you're, a school system in our district, but we reach out, like I said, any county that touches the county where we have a pre-apprenticeship program, we're visiting those schools and asking for the opportunities for their conference lines. So, but you can always reach out to your agency or your workforce board and see if you can connect with any programs that are not already coming to your school, because we won't take it.
I'll just say, one of the obstacles has been at the high school level for guidance counselors to understand that not every student is going to go to a community college or a four-year college. We've had just issues with some administration in high schools embracing that, okay? And so that technical education is just that, it's education. It's not necessarily every student is going to go to a two-year or four-year college. So we like for guidance counselors and principals and teachers to embrace that idea. And just like the young man we're going to highlight soon, he came to us straight out of high school, was in our program, and he's graduating this week with no student loan debt, and is already in an approved apprenticeship program where he'll be working, earning good money, still living at home with his parents, and making great money with no student loan debt. So just embracing that concept that not every student is going to be a two-year or a four-year college student. Some will choose the technical college route, and that's okay. That's not taboo anymore. We need skilled workforce. So just embracing that. That would be my recommendation from a sponsor.
And as bringing parents on board, I think it's important to mention that it is a structured program. You have 2,000 hours on the job learning, 144 hours of, what I call work, classroom training related to instruction. Also, there's a credential at the end. U.S. Department of Labor is going to issue that credential that individual is a journeyman in whatever that apprenticeship program is that they went through. So, we like to hang our degrees on the wall, but this is similar. It's just another option for high school students outside of the 2 or 4 year route, where they're still going to earn a credential, they're still going to be an expert in their field, and I think that's that education piece, training parents as well. We talk about making sure our guidance counselors and our teachers are encouraging this as an option, but our parents have to realize that credential and the level of training that goes into the apprenticeship program as well.
So very quickly, we're just going to this was the 10th anniversary for the National Apprenticeship. So we're celebrating 10 years of engaged expansion and innovation in the theme this year. So in honor of that comes out so easy to me. We'd like to recognize Minister Veterans Joint Apprenticeship Training Committee as our trailblazer for West Tennessee. So Minister Veterans was founded in 1947. They currently have over 400 active apprentices with over 30 employee partners. Minister Veterans is one of the early apprenticeship programs in the Greater Richmond area that spearheaded utilizing American jobs and employment to support apprentices. So even though the tuition was covered, they may not have the money to purchase books, or purchase a laptop, or purchase tools, materials, supplies. that's required to complete or to advance and excel in that apprenticeship program. Year in, year out, we receive calls from the community. We didn't know the money is there, how to access it. It may take us a couple of years to get it going, but once they started going, they continue to call us. We have XYZ amount of apprentices that don't have the money to buy the tools that we need for this apprenticeship program. Give you all the system. So that's the trick of why we are recognizing the electrical for the work that they continue that they do and they continue to do. Almost every job fair that every job is responsible, they're there. So that shows us that they're willing to hire from that at-risk population that's in our community. It doesn't matter what section or what target population that we're looking at, they've always been there. So it's a solid partnership that we're looking to advance with business that you in and out. When the funds come in, we let them know they're here. There's other organizations out there that's in similar spaces right now. We want to see you on this stage in the upcoming years. When you continue to have these events, we want to see another organization that's opening up their doors to various demographics to allow them access to middle income wages. That's what we're looking to do, and that's what this is all about. So again, Gary, we want to thank you from the hands of the organization. So we want to thank the GCA for allowing us access to this wonderful facility. This building is only 30 years from the state. And it will serve as a training camp or a training ground for Blue Oak as well as Haywood County State community as a whole. So again, thank you for allowing us to come here. This is my first year. Thank you.
All right, good morning again. We're excited to have a partnership we have with Westlake Piping Fittings in Brownsville, Tennessee. I have the pleasure of looking out of my office and directly across the street is the Westlake facility in Brownsville on Morgan Street. So we have been working for some time now on this particular apprenticeship, which has also led to a second apprenticeship program that we'll be starting with them in tool and die in the next month or so. So we're excited to have Jalen Biden, who is our apprentice. Jalen is graduating. He'll be finishing up all of his coursework and TCAT in industrial maintenance technology this week. He's 20 years old. He's graduating from TCAT with no student loan debt. He will have his diploma in industrial maintenance, and he's already accepted a position in the apprenticeship program with Westlake Piping Fittings. So Jalen is to be commended for his efforts. And so he was a dual enrollment student at Haywood High School in our industrial maintenance integrated automation program there, and went on to TCAT Jackson and our Whiteville campus. Mr. Travis Pugh is his instructor there at the Whiteville campus. We have members from Westlake Piping Fittings, Mr. G, Mr. Lance, Mr. Haynes. We're grateful to have them. We also have our Vice President of Workforce Development, my boss, who is the brains behind everything that we do for workforce development. So he's just going to come and just say good morning and greet you and just tell you a little bit about what we do, and then we'll have Jalen sign the 671 as an official apprentice.
First of all, I want to say when he just called me the brains operation, he gave me about 2 minutes ago and said, I'd like for you to speak. So he's now trying to kiss up to 55 and make it up for but I'm the brains of operation by any sense of the word. But what I can tell you is I've been in technical education for 25 years. I have seen that really change a lot. I started as a counselor recruiter 24, 25 years ago, going into high school. Now we're in the high school. We're not having to recruit the students. We're in the high schools talking to them, teaching them. It started in 9th grade. This young man right here is retiring Samson for that. As I was in the audience a while ago, we were discussing the pre-apprenticeship program. Whether we call it a formal pre-apprenticeship program, that is what we're doing in high school. Field enrollment is a pre-apprenticeship program. So, our goal for these type of events happen much more often. Whether they ever step foot on the Tennessee College of Applied Technology campus, or they come out of our high school program, go straight into an apprenticeship, or maybe we are the ones doing the RTI, maybe they want to work with me at Delta, we're going to wear us college. That is how we are going to build tomorrow's workforce today. And I think West Tennessee will develop an example of that. We have great partners, we have Wayne heard from today, the Health Base Kid, the school system. We all work well together to make sure we're going to have the workforce that is needed for our local industry. Let's get the focus back on the man who the hour.
So Jalen, at this time, if you would, y'all got your cameras ready? You got it ready. Jalen, if you would sign there on the top line as an official apprentice and the registered apprenticeship for industrial maintenance for Westlake Pipe and Fittings. Next we will have Ms. Ann, who is in Human Resources with Westlake. If she would come and sign as the employer. Then, John, if you would come and sign as Vice President of Workforce Development for Technology at Jackson. All right, Mr. Jalen Knight, welcome into the registered apprenticeship of Industrial Maintenance Integrated Automation as a new employee of Westlake Pipe and Fittings on Westlake Way. Brownsville thinks so much of it, they changed the name of our street to from Morgan Street to Westlake Way. How about that? So let's give Jalen and Westlake Pipe and Fittings.
At this time, I would also, I want to thank the partners in the Tennessee Workforce Development System. We do not do this work alone. There are several state agencies working together to strengthen the national apprenticeship system and our state apprenticeship system, along with our state certified pre-apprenticeships. And so under the leadership of Commissioner Denise Thomas, we are reimagining workforce development. So all of you that work for the Department of Labor, we thank you for your presence today. The Department of Education has over 530 K-12 teacher apprentices. I don't know if you know, but we were the first state to, thank you, please scan that code. And take the survey, please, thank you. So I don't know if you know that Tennessee was the first state in the nation to get the K-12 teacher occupation approved. So the Department of Education, Matthew Spinelli is here representing the Work-Based Learning Office. Matt is in the back. Thank you for joining us. Also, we have over 30 plus of our 39 TBR institutions who are either training providers or sponsors. So TCAT Jackson, of course, is one. I believe they were registered in 2018. But we have several state schools who are training providers and sponsors. So we thank them for their partnership as well. The Department of Corrections, ECD, THAC, who works with us to get those programs on the approved list so that they can serve our veterans. If you didn't know, GI Bill benefits can pay for registered apprenticeship. So we're so thankful for their partnership as well. Okay, Jeffrey is here in the building. Jeffrey Dent, if you would raise your hand, so if you have any questions about that, Mr. Dent can be started. So I just wanted to say thank you to our state partners. Our local workforce development areas, Ginger was up here representing Northwest, Southwest. And so if you could raise your hand, if you are a local workforce development area staff, board member, thank you so much for being here, Belinda, Holly, Landon, thank you so much for joining us. I'm trying to segue for a minute. I'll give the mic back to you.
Well, the record shop basically just closed us out. But I do have a few parting shots. Apprenticeship team, hopefully that you all found a wealth of information during this conference. The panelists was great. Again, they made this so easy for me. Again, please take a moment to scan the QR code for the survey. We believe in continuous improvement in the Office of Apprenticeship, so please be honest with your feedback. We're looking to excel in our area and grow and get stronger, providing better assistance with the apprenticeship process, including the registration process. And on the behalf of the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development Office of Apprenticeship, thank you for attending the 2024 Apprenticeship TN West Regional Apprenticeship Conference, Building Connections. So hopefully we were able to build some connections with this conference. Hopefully we were able to get some great information. And if you were kind of shy on the question and answer session came up, feel free to get in contact with us. My information is in the back at the apprenticeship table. Again, I'm the representative for West Tennessee, covering all 21 towns of West Tennessee. Again, thank you for TCAP Jackson, the state location, for allowing us to raise this facility. And again, to all of our co-hosts and vendors that helped with setting up the meeting for this morning. Thank you again for partnering with the apprenticeship team to make this conference a success. Again, thank you.